Good night, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, whatever time you're going to be looking at this. Some of you know me, some of you don't. But, anyways, that is not the main thing. I want to share this one of my most recent quotes, which is even if it comes to mind, never give up because giving up must never be an option. Keep moving forward. Now, sometimes people think, okay, you might be a teacher because you're teaching, you don't go through things. Yes, we do. So I want to give a short little testimony here. Now, earlier on this year, we are in 2023, right? So earlier on this year, well, in the end of last year into this year, I was dealing with a drought. So I will have completed my second to last semester at college, and I had one more semester to go. And things started to go down the drain. A lot of things were happening. One of them happened to be my laptop cord was no longer working. I got a replacement. My phone was giving some problems, but it was still working late December. Then the new year arrived, 2023, and then school resumed, reopened for my final semester. And yeah, I was so excited to graduate and all those type of things, right? But guess what happened? Within a couple weeks into January, my laptop went goodbye. Then, not too long after, my phone goodbye. So no phone, no laptop. And then finances was not looking too nice. And then I remember the same Saturday, I had a class I was teaching, and I had to tell the students I keep getting cut off. I told them, I said, I'll have to postpone. And then I remember that same day I had a quiz. I had two courses I was finishing up to complete that degree. And here what happened. Well, that Saturday, I took my phone was still working. I took my phone and I studied before, of course, and I attempted the quiz. You want to know what happened? I thought I did the correct quiz because I know usually lecturers just only have one quiz available at a time. Then the following weekend, because every weekend we have a quiz with one of the courses, I studied, but I really found that something was off with the quiz. Like I never saw none of those questions during the week. So like, where does quiz come from? Then the following week, when I now study and I find, okay, I now see the questions based on the quiz I did last week. And then when I go to do the quiz, I was like, I did the wrong quiz. Now, this never happened to me in my entire tenure. That was the first and the last time it ever happened to me in college. Right? So, because my laptop comes out, and usually when my laptop is not working, I always use my laptop to do my quizzes. Because the laptop, you have a broader screen, you can see everything. And because I wasn't aware that two quizzes were available at the same time, because that's not something I was accustomed to, and nor did the lecturer inform us, I thought I did the correct quiz. And I tried to reach out to the lecturer and everything that happened with the chairperson, and the lecturer still did not have any mercy on me for me to do the quiz. Well, when the devil thought that he could cause me to fail, well, here what? Somehow, by the grace of God, I got an A in that course. But I did not get to do that quiz that was missed in error because I ended up doing the quiz that was a week ahead because the other quiz was closed. And that's because my laptop will have gone. And then I realized I cannot do these quizzes on phones. And to speed up this story a little bit. So my laptop called down, and a couple days or so after phone gone, um, eventually I was using whose laptop? I was using one of my sister's laptop, and I was using my aunt's laptop for a while until I could have gotten myself a laptop because I ended the I'm in college and at the same time I'm teaching, and then there's so much finances coming in, and finances was pretty low. So I could have done what I could have done. And yes, you think giving up didn't come to mind? Oh, yes, giving up does come to mind. But we need to understand, what am I about? Why am I doing this? That's why it's important to set the goals and know what you're about. And I knew what my goal was. And my goal was I needed to graduate with honors no matter the cost. So I was not allowing that situation to get to my head. And different things were happening. I was like, wow, this is my last semester, and it was like the first, my first semester and my last semester, which was my last semester was this year, January to mid-April 2023, was the worst in two different ways. So, coming down to the end of the semester now, I think things getting good and whatever. Well, about a week before the last week of classes before final exams, I remember I was on my way to college and somewhere I was, and somebody, let's say sorry, that person sneezed. I know when people sneeze, all this happen, right? Things just transfer in the atmosphere. It was uh, a a place that was an AC. It was a location that had AC. Guess what? Yeah, I was a little bit concerned. And then a couple days later, before my last week of classes, I end up catching the virus, but the virus was not a normal virus. Something was off with the virus. I feel weak, I was feeling pain. It's all kind of thing going on. And it was close to Easter. Easter, it was like the Saturday before Easter Sunday. I get sick, and we have a group project here that is about 10% are we over our grade. And I as a group leader. But thank God I was home. I remember I supposed to attend an event. It was a concert to perform. I had to cancel that because I did not have the strength and all of that to perform. And I could not work to my normal ability. So instead of me usually sitting in my what I would like to call my office doing my work, I had to lay in bed and get the work done because I just could not hold up. But even though I was fit together, I was like, Michelle, you come too far. You're not going to redo this semester. You're not going to put off nothing. You're graduating this year and nothing not stopping you. I don't even recall telling my group members that how I was ill. And I had to be behind these lackadaisical group members saying, you all need to do your work. We have to do this by this time because I'm a group leader and there's a reason why they didn't want to be the group leader. And I don't play if I'm in a group with you and all the work that each person has to put in that project is going to each of our final grade. Like I not playing with them for them to jeopardize my grade. So I'm making sure and be on the scale even though I was feeling sick, like if I wanted to pass away. And I was on my bed Saturday night, Friday, not Friday, Saturday night, Easter Sunday, Easter Monday. They see me twisting, turning, trying to take a rest, going slow. Even though I was not working to my full capacity, I did not stop. I did not give up. I worked slower than usual, but I got the work done and I was not putting off nothing because I was too close to the deadline and I was waiting for this deadline for so long to say, yes, I did it. And God brought me through. A couple days later, I was well. Now, even though I went through, there were more things that happened, but that semester, my laptop was counted out, my phone gone. This device that I'm using, this laptop that I'm using here, is a new laptop I bought as a replacement. Even the phone that I have right now is a different phone from the one I had before. Anyways, all glory to God. But why saying it? Sometimes when you're going through things and that thought comes to give up, a lot of people give in. You have to stop giving in. I have to let that thought know no matter what's going on with me, I going to continue. I going to fight. I going to get what I come here to get. I going to work towards what I want. I want to get my degree. I want to get my subject. Nothing, even death, is going to stop. Now you might say, well, how you mean death? Well, I know some more you dying. Now sometimes there are cases where persons, yes, we have times in our life where we will lose a loved one. I guess you will grieve for some time, but you don't want to just allow that grief to delay you so long. Or, these type of things. I know. So even though it may slow you down, don't allow it to stop you. Giving up must never be an option. So I choose to share my own story because some people may think, because usually things you see sharing on Beyond of Succeeders Academy or on my personal stuff, Michelle CN, People may think I'm just sharing things so that I feel to talk, but I don't need to talk enough. A lot of the times, I have experienced these things, or I know about them. I've been there, and I know exactly what I'm talking about. So I'm practically a testament of what I share, right? And apart from God being my strength, the Lord Jesus Christ being my strength and my courage and keep on all of that. Another thing is um, one person that I really admired, he's deceased, the late great Kobe Bryant. I listened to some of his documentaries, and his mentality and work ethic and self-discipline was on a whole different level. I'm not even close to it. But from learning and listening to him, he's not the only one, and there are others, but I know he's probably more popular than some of the others that I listen to that people may not know them. Something he said, I remember there was so many different things I went through during the last couple of years I was completing my pursuing my studies and stuff. And I remember he said he would have strained or damaged his Achilles. And he still went and trained and played the game. Well, basketball, right? I was like, if Kobe Bryant could, like, who is me? It's like he just encouraged me. Like, don't let, yes, pain might sometimes slow us down and keep us back, but don't let it stop you. Don't let it stop you. And even if it stop you for a short period, don't let it stop you forever, because you don't want to say, oh, I don't want this, and you just give up. Is it that you were looking for an excuse to give up? Let nothing be an excuse. Let it become a testimony that even though I went through this, I was able to come through victorious regardless. And you know what? When that semester ended this year, April, well, the last exam I had was on April the 19th. And then when my grades come out, after all those trials, I got my last two A's. Well, look at God and hard work and not giving up. Well, God is good. Not sound like I'm preaching nothing, but don't give up. Don't give up. Don't give up. Even when it comes to mind, it would have come to mind to me more than once, many times. But I never give up. So don't give up. Never give up. It must never be an option. Keep moving forward. Even if it slows you down for a short period, pick back up yourself and keep pressing forward. Don't give up. So I hope that this encouraged somebody. And yes, a number of you all know I graduated. I'm not going to say that details again. If you want to know, you're going to have to do your research, right? But God bless you all. And I'm Michelle CN. Goodbye.